Did you know that the CRS score in Canada is a point-based system that can actually change your chances of getting invited to apply for permanent residency in Canada? A single point can make a huge difference. If you stick with me to the end of the video, I will give you a bonus point that can drastically increase your points inside that pool. Canada Express Entry System is an online application system that manages permanent residence application. It is a competitive system, and the Comprehensive Ranking System, or CRS, is the key to getting invited to apply. Your CRS score plays a significant role in determining your chances of getting an invitation to apply, or what is popularly known as the ITA. A higher CRS score doesn't just increase your chances of getting an ITA, it also helps you to get it faster. That is why it is crucial to understand the CRS score and how to improve it. Definitely, you can improve it, increasing your chances of getting an ITA, applying, and coming over to Canada in no time. In this video, we will go over some essential strategies to help you boost your CRS score very fast. As you know, the Express Entry System is designed to select the best candidates for permanent residency based on their skills, education, language proficiency, and work experience. It's a point-based system, and points are awarded based on such factors as language proficiency, education, work experience, age, and other skills, like having someone who is related to you and currently living in Canada. If you are planning to immigrate to Canada through the Express Entry System, you will need to gather certain documents and information to effectively improve your CRS score. You will need to create an online profile, education, credential, and work experience detail. Make sure that you have all the necessary documents, including your language test results, such as IELTS, your CELPIT for English, or TEF, or DELF for French. You will also need your education credentials from a recognized assessment body like WES. You will also need an education credentials, including your degrees, transcript, and educational credential assessment or ECE reports. This could be gotten from any one of the 5 designated bodies that the government has approved for that, from WELS to ICAS and the others. You can find more information on the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, or what we call ircc website. They have lists of approved language test providers and designated organization for ECA reports, such as the tools that you can use to assess your eligibility for the Express Entry or even any other scheme that you want to use to come to Canada. And that is called the Come to Canada tool. This tool quickly helps you estimate your CRS score. Additionally, you will need your work experience documents, including your job offer letters, contracts, proof of income. If you have a spouse or a common law partner, you will need their language test results as well, education credentials, and work experience documents as well. At the end, they will help you increase your CRS score. So let's dive into the methods to boost your CRS score. One of the fastest ways of doing that, and is the most effective way, is to improve your language proficiency. If you are not a native speaker of English or French, you can take the language proficiency tests such as IELTS or the CELPIP, CELPIP for English, or TEF or DELF for French. You can also get additional points for your language proficiency for both tests. What that means is, if you take the test, let's say you take it for the very first time and you score 6. 6 is going to give you a point. But what if you strive wanting to increase your CRS score? You retake the test, aiming for higher. Guess what? You got 6 initially, but if you have 8 or 8.5, definitely your CRS score is improved. On the other hand, if you are proficient, or if you have any idea of speaking both languages, not even if it is not fluent, If you take both tests, that is English and French, you will see that you will have points in English and you have points in French. And guess what happened? Your CRS score is also jacked up. That is the first strategy to do. Another way to boost your CRS score is to get an education assessment. If you have a degree that is foreign from Canada, you will need to get it assessed by a designated organization such as World Education Service, or WES, called WES. This will help you get points for your education credential. Let's assume you applied without using an education credential assessment. You will have 0 in that point. But if you have assessed using any of these accrediting body, you find out that if you have a master's, you will be having 24 points. If you have a bachelor's, you will have 22 points. So that is key. Ensure that you always get an ECA done on your degrees and other qualifications. Having work experience in a skilled occupation can also give you a significant boost. You need to get your work experience documented, including your job offer letter, the contracts, and proof of income. Could be pay stubs and all that. You can also get additional points for your work experience in Canada. That is if you are already residing temporarily in Canada. Improving your education credential can also give you additional points. If you have a degree from a Canadian university, you can get points for it. Or if you take additional courses in Canada, you can also get points for your education credential from a foreign university. Getting a job offer from a Canadian employer can also give you additional points too. So strive to get an employment from a Canadian employer. This is key because it jacks up your CRS score also. But if you are not in Canada, you might need to get a job offer letter or a labor market impact assessment to prove that the employer cannot find a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident to fill that job role. After then, you will have that point for your skill. If you have a spouse or a common law partner, their language proficiency and work experience can also give you additional points. So while you are filling the form, don't just rely on your qualifications, on your credential assessment. Ensure that you do the same thing for your spouse. Now it's like joint effort. And when you pull the resources together, your CRS score is raised up. You will have additional points. Now let's talk about some insider tips on maximizing points in each of the category. For your language proficiency test, try as much as possible to get the highest score as possible in all the 4 language skills. That is in reading, in writing, listening, and speaking. For educational assessment, try to get your degree assessed by a designated organization and make sure that all the necessary documents, including your degrees and transcript, are sent in. For work experience, try to get as much experience as possible in your skill occupation, so you are claiming the maximum points available. It will now be time for us to address some common mistakes applicants make that can hinder their CRS score. One common mistake is not getting their credentials assessed. Another mistake is not submitting all the necessary documents, including language test results, education credentials, and work experience. And the third mistake is not optimizing your language score. Try to get the highest score as possible. If you implement all these strategies, or few of them that I have stated, you will see that your CRS score will improve. Now I want to ask you, which of these strategies are you going to implement right now to improve your CRS score? And let's not forget, there is a bonus tip that I did promise at the beginning. Well, I said, if you stick with me up to this point, I'm going to tell you another thing that will increase your CRS score drastically. And that is, if you are in that portal, so many people stick with just applying for the express entry on the federal level. If you are there, pick a province, 1 or 2, if you would, and apply for provincial nominations. Once you are given provincial nomination, you'll be given 600 points. Guess what? Some people are struggling with just 400, 300. And if you are given 600 when you are nominated, your points will be through the roof. So don't forget, if you've not done that, go back to your profile and apply for a province or two for provincial nomination. And you will see what will happen in the upcoming draw, the very next one. Chances are you will be given an ITA, which is your invitation to apply coming over to Canada as a permanent resident. Wouldn't that be something very, very huge? I hope to see you then. Stick around, watch the other video in the channel, and please share this video to many others who are willing, who are struggling, looking for a means to come over to Canada. Let them know that it is possible to improve their CRS score. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video.